Hi there, welcome to Formula Creative Studios. I am Lawrence Nkwocha. It's great to have you on another video again. So if you're not subscribed, I would like you to hit the like button on this video and also subscribe. Today we'll be discussing a very interesting topic. I'll be giving 7 amazing tips for beginners that wish to go into video editing. And these tips could also be helpful for those that, you just want to make your videos better and also make your videos more engaging. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So tip number 1, have multiple takes of whatever subject you're shooting. If you want to create a very cinematic look in your videos, you should have multiple takes. And your multiple takes can be in different angles. It could be in different kinds of shots. It could be a very close-up shot, an extreme close-up shot, just a shot to really show the details of what you are shooting. It could be a far shot, to show the environment of exactly where you're shooting. It could also be a medium shot. These kind of shots are different and communicate differently. So you just understand the kind of video you are making and have multiple shots. And the cool thing again about multiple shots is that it gives you more options while editing. Because while you get into your editing suite or your software, you see that you have more options. Even if something went wrong in one of the takes, you have another take that you could use to cover up that gap. If you're shooting a normal YouTube video like this, if you have multiple takes, it will help you to be certain of the work you've done and balance things out. Number 2, always back up your video files. A lot of stories, it has never really happened to me directly, but I've heard a lot of stories of people that shot very expensive movies, expensive scenes where they even had to blow things up and spend a lot of money, and they ended up losing those files. It's a very dangerous game. Even for a YouTube video or even an event, or you just want to capture the moment, it's very important for you to back it up if that really matters to you. Because if you have a backup, like you record on your camera and you have a backup hard drive, or you could put it on your computer system and still put it on a backup hard drive so that you don't get to lose these files and you begin to hear stories that touch the heart. You don't want to be in such a situation, right? So now to tip number 3, always watch the video files you've recorded very carefully. There could be very salient details. There could be even errors that you could find in these videos. And if you watch very carefully, you see the best kind of composition and sequence you can be able to put in order to be able to give you a very amazing result. And your audience will be at the edge of their seats as they watch whatever you have for them. Watch your video files very carefully to know the kind of cuts you should make as you proceed. Number 4, maximize the use of transitions and B-rolls. So with the current evolution of social media, the attention span is reducing consistently. Your video really needs to be engaging, from start to finish, in order for your audience to be glued to their screen and actually get to listen to what you have to talk about. So let's try to maximize the use of transitions and B-rolls. They are very amazing free stock videos at this website. So you could get very amazing videos from there and add to your own video creation in order to just make your video more appealing and more engaging. When you talk about football, people see the football. When you talk about sports, people see sport. You talk about hiking, people see hiking. It's all these very little details and compositions in your video editing that makes your video more interesting. Number 5, the importance of organizing your files can never be dismissed. Organization is one of the key traits of whoever wants to be a good content creator or even video editor. The work can be very daunting. It could be very, very tough. So you need to be very organized. You know how to put your files together. So if you have to work in teams, people can be able to trace your video files from where you kept them, or even in your own personal work and space, you can be able to track video files and you don't get to delete things by mistake. So it's always advisable to put all the files contained in your video, both music, pictures, and the video files in a single folder, because as you do that, it becomes much more easier. So if you have to send the file with the video asset, it will be much more easier for someone to continue the work from where you stopped. So organization of files is a very important habit that you should begin to master as someone that wants to get serious with video editing and content creation. Number 6, sound check, mic 1 2. Your sound is a secret part of your video creation. Imagine that this video had no sound. You can't hear anything. You won't enjoy it. Having good sound cannot be overemphasized. As a matter of fact, some research shows that about 70% of some feelings and emotions that are evoked while watching a video comes from the sound. I mean, check out sounds that come with very special effects in cinematic movies, in action movies, in horror movies. These are what make up your film. So your sound is a very important part of your creation. You can put very cool music, depending on the kind of video you are creating, on your video project to just make it more engaging. And you can put other notification sounds and special effect sounds to still give your video more emotion and also connect more with your audience. Number 7, and finally, color correction. I mean, in as much as you're doing very good sound, I also believe in very great visuals, you know. So back in the days, we used to have silent films where you just see people acting without necessarily saying anything. So it's very possible for you to actually make a video without any sound, just your gesticulations and I mean the actions that you portray. So you need to also be able to pop up these colors. You know, colors just generally make things very beautiful. So imagine the world in black and white. I mean, imagine the entire world in black and white. We see black and white, we do black and white. Every single thing is black and white. It's going to be boring, right? The colors generally make things look more beautiful. And to be able to achieve great colors in your videos, you could just go to your panel, no matter how simple your software is. You could just increase the saturation a little bit with the vibration. You could also make your videos darker and reduce the lighting by reducing the brightness or increasing the contrast. So as you continue to do this and white balance your video by making the blues actually look like blue and the yellows look like yellow and the orange look like orange, you know, when you just balance this out, you just see that your video will look far more better than even if you have recorded with the best phones. I mean, this is not a battle between iPhone and Samsung, but we know who's better. So if you even recorded with a very high-end camera, if you're able to do a little color correction and grading to your videos, it will make them look better. So with this, I've come to the end of today's video. I hope this video was helpful. I remain Lawrence Nkwocha. This is Formula Creative Studios. I'll see you in the next video.